Hello everyone, recently I had this pleasure of playing on a pay-to-win semi-vanilla server that claimed it was normal difficulty. The only normal mode feature on the server was the different types of zombies, which meant that every other aspect of the game was from easy mode. And that experience got me thinking, because the general consensus about semi-vanilla servers is that they are optimized for PvP. Well, today I'm going to try and debunk that claim, starting with my first point, no bullet drop. I have no idea why Nelson thought that it was a good idea to keep no bullet drop mode in the game. While you might think it makes gameplay more snappy and sharp and makes fights less random, what it actually does is just makes the rifles infinitely more overpowered. The biggest problem with competitive survival games is the overwhelming advantage of spotting someone before they spot you. Bullet drop fixes this problem to an extent. When a player sees you, they have to move towards you as discreetly as possible to put your gun in an effective range at which you can't dodge the bullets, which puts them at risk of being seen by the player they're sneaking up on. But when there is no bullet drop, the only thing the player which saw you has to do is to lay down, zoom in with their scope, and click on your head. It completely eliminates the element of skill required to quickly jump behind cover and heal up to then engage with your opponent. With no bullet drop, any person with hands and a saber tooth would have already killed you before you had any time to react. Well, then don't get spotted, you might say. While you should remain as low profile as possible, not being seen first in any situation just isn't possible. It just is an unavoidable part of the game. When you're looting a location, you can't always stay focused on scanning your surroundings. The obvious fix for this problem is to play with a group of friends that will watch your back. But I like to play this game solo. To clear things up, on some of the clips in this video you might see me play with my personal friends, but they are really inexperienced, having like 70 hours in this game at most, and they play just for fun and provide almost zero real help in situations like this. The other toxic playstyle semi-vanilla servers with no bullet drop and courage is roof camping. No bullet drop makes roof camping infinitely easier for reasons I stated before, and can make some locations completely inaccessible when someone decides to roof camp. While you can counter someone camping on a roof of a building by simply killing them while they're looking out for targets, most roof campers decide to build a sky base, which eliminates any counterplay. On to my next point, /home and TPA. The most common features of semi-vanilla servers are /home and TPA commands, and personally I think these ruin the PvP experience the most. While they make gameplay slightly more convenient for some people, they make sky bases possible and combat logging a part of the game. Let's now focus on sky bases. Raiding a sky base is really hard because you either have to build up for an hour or get a heli, which can be really hard to obtain on a server with /garage commands. But the biggest reason why sky bases are overpowered is that they're borderline invisible. Unless you get access to some form of air transportation, which as I stated before is much tougher on servers with /garage, the best way of finding a skybase is getting killed by someone shooting from one. Some servers go out of their way to ban skybases, which is a step in the right direction, but it still doesn't fix the other problem with /home, which is combat logging. Imagine a scenario where you see someone looting a city, you shoot at him, but it's not enough to kill him, and he takes cover in a building. You push him while simultaneously watching all the exits so he doesn't escape, and when you finally get there, he's not here. The same scenario applies if you're chasing someone in the woods, and he hides behind a tree. Imagine this exact situation with no /home and TPA. The player who would have teleported back to his base is now forced into a fight. This is one of the many ways /home discourages PvP, not to mention the command makes it so you don't have to walk back to your base, which means you roam around the map less and you're less likely to stumble upon other players. And you don't have to roam at all if someone from your group is already at a location. All you have to do is type /TPA, their nickname, in the chat and you're here. This command makes vehicles completely purposeless. /TPA turns any solo versus squad fight almost impossible. If you let a single member of a team live, he will just retreat behind cover and wait for his friends to TP, which gives them infinite opportunities to push, while you have only one. Let's now take a look at the keep skills feature, because unlike /home and /TPA, I believe there's a place for this in the game, but it needs to be implemented the right way. Losing your skill levels on death is one of the most frustrating parts of the game, but it is necessary to punish roof camping and overall carelessness. The majority of servers which include this feature do it wrong, as they do not include any other punishment for death, making teleporting to fights and camping on roofs that much more OP. The best fix for this problem I found is to make players respawn without full HP, hunger and thirst. This solution isn't perfect, but I believe it's better than the current vanilla skill system. It makes deaths punishing while also not requiring you to farm zombies for the next 30 minutes just so you can run fast again. Conclusion. I kind of skipped over kids because there isn't much to say about them, and out of all the features they vary the most from server to server. I really dislike semi-vanilla servers, but since my last experience in Germany, I'm actually keen on playing some more of it. So if you want to see me make more unturned gameplay videos, please suggest me servers in the comments, because I can't really find any good ones lately. I also started dipping my toes into Rust, and I will try to make some content out of it, although I'm still a beginner. So that's about it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one.